But my only problem was with the music shit, when the music business shifted from being about business to got more gangsters, got more street shit. I backed up because that ain't what I do. I don't want to.
So you saw Suge and all of them come in.
I saw all them coming in, and my experiences out of Compton as a young man growing up, I realized if you ain't prepared to kill a motherfucker, leave him alone. Okay? I done been through a lot of shit, man. I done shot at motherfuckers. And I ain't no gangster. I done shot at motherfuckers, been shot at the whole 9 years. That's not what I fucking do. So I don't want to go back through that shit. So surviving Eve After Dark, surviving Dudo, surviving Skateland. I don't want to be a motherfucking gangster, man. Now I done done some gangster shit, but that ain't what that's not my forefront. I'm like any other motherfucker. I do what I got to do to survive, but that ain't what I do.
You know, seeing you go through it's funny, man. Your history kind of parallel what I go through right now. Because I was one of the first dudes in LA doing podcasts.
Okay.
So I helped a lot of people out. Really genuinely tried to help motherfuckers out. A lot of times was losing money, with helping people. But it always comes back in the end that you can never satisfy people. You can never satisfy people. You go always get blamed for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a bit.
Especially when dealing with artists. When you deal with artists, a lot of times, if they're successful, it's all about me. But if you fail, nigga, it's your fault.
Definitely.
Dude, I didn't write that shit. Well, you didn't do this. So people usually want to make a scapegoat. I didn't want to be nobody's scapegoat. I'd rather give you a shot. Go on, do your thing. Good luck. And that's always been my motherfucking forte.
Well, I like Eight's attitude with it all because I always feel like if somebody gives you an opportunity to change your life, you got to take the bitter with the sweet.
Oh,
It
definitely.
ain't gonna never be perfect, but I look at it like right now, like if Charlemagne called me tomorrow and said, "Hey, man, we can't fuck with the show no more," I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. That motherfucker, shit, me and Eight done made some pretty good money fucking with this dude.
Yeah, it's just people expect, your attitude to be different. I don't know. Like I said, I've been through a lot of other shit. And from the situation that, that happened, you know what I'm saying, just a couple of weeks ago, I'll be like, man, it's just another lesson learned. And from where I done been, man, I done been places motherfuckers will never go.
Oh, man.
You get me?
Paid for it.
I done been around the world, you get me? Foreign countries and all kind of shit. So I just tell niggas, you got to pay your dues. When you got to pay your dues with anything, though. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
That's why I never go around and try to, push that narrative of really just bad mouthing motherfuckers like some motherfuckers do. I try to stay away from the negative bullshit, Sometimes you might, get questioned about certain shit. But in all, I tell a nigga I wouldn't trade it for nothing. You get me?
I think I am crushed about that corny shit, though.
Well,
I'm hurt. I'm hurt, nigga.
listen, my opinion, because, you know what I'm saying? Like you said it, though. Let me put it in a different perspective. Our shit was a lot of dance-orientated music. You get me? We didn't have the, like you said, the first shit you probably heard from a nigga was talking some street shit was Toddy T. You feel me?
That rap.
So a lot of our music was electro funk. I mean, we had break dancers, we had pop lockers and shit. So I'll put it in that perspective. Crew Cut gave us a platform to be able to put out records because nobody else did that. I was influenced by gangster shit. I don't know why. I mean, I grew up in Compton. I was fucking gang banging at 13, 14 years old.
Even at Our Lady of Victory, you was gang banging.
Yeah.
I think I know about that too.
Yeah. Even when I went to Our Lady of Victory, I was gang banging. I was claiming Tragney Park. So, I was just influenced by street shit. And, I had a mama who worked every day hard. I had a father who worked at General Motors down in Southgate. But I don't know. It was just the niggas down the street with the hood rats and the
Well, it's simple.
motherfucking slanging dope and, you know, I think when I was coming to your crib, my cousin gave me my first deuce. So we used to come over there strapped up and 40 ounce and smoking weed and shit like that. And I was,
But they never disrespected me.
oh no, we never disrespected
That's
Lonzo's
all I ever
place.
asked for. Come over here, whatever side you rolling with, that's cool.
No, we never brought no. I mean, cause like it was a gang of niggas from
Everybody's.
different sides.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got along with everybody up there when we would be there. We never had no confrontations or nothing. Now some niggas did follow me over there one day. But when I pulled up at your spot and they knew it was your spot, they was like, "All right, nigga." But yeah, it could have been vicious. Cause I mean, we was gangbanging.
And that's why I've always stayed neutral to the shit. I know niggas from where I live at.
Yeah,
One side is blood, one side is Crip.
yeah. And
Okay,
I used to.
I just happen to live in the fucking middle. Okay,
You in the neutral zone.
and both of them know me. All of them know me. Okay,
I used to come up 120th, and you come up 120th. It be some niggas see you,
Dude.
nigga. They follow you right over there. What you doing over here, nigga? And they see where you at. They like, oh, all right then, and pull off. Bing.
I want to go back to this Jerry Heller shit real quick because he was with you first, right?
yeah.
So he never came back and said, you know what, Lonzo, you hooked me up with this or that, and I'm.
No,
Just
he
whatever.
never he never did nothing like that, man. In fact, when I never got mad at Jerry. I didn't trip on him because Easy always would find something for me to do from time to time. I was like the liaison for Ruthless Records. The Compton liaison, when there was a problem, I'd always, Easy or Jerry would call me up, hey man, we got a problem. Here goes some money, go take care of this for us right quick. You know, I ain't mad about that. You know, at that time, I was cool, man. I was just cool not being caught up in the bullshit. I don't do bullshit very well, okay? Like you, like 8, I'm a goddamn Gemini. Don't let these smiles and jokes fuck you, get you fucked up, okay? So I didn't want to put myself in that position. The one time I met with Suge, I had not really a problem with Suge. I had a interaction with Suge. It was like, dude, I ain't that one. I'm cool, but I ain't that one. And we shook hands, walked away from it, left it alone. Jerry Heller was one of them cats, man, that he had a lot of connections. It was more advantageous to be on his good side than his bad side. He was a vindictive motherfucker. He could be very vindictive, okay? And if I needed something, I can call him up. He can give me a referral, connection, blah, blah, blah. When I had to turn off the lights, even though he wasn't my manager. Oh, yeah, he was my manager. We went around and did shop the deal, okay? When it came to Easy them, I didn't think that was going to fly, Doc. Because Jerry hit me up a few days after that situation went down. And he asked me, says, Lonzo, how does a Jewish man from the Valley represent a group from Compton called Niggas with Attitudes? And I told him very carefully. And I didn't think the relationship was going to work. I swear to God I didn't. Because Jerry was used to dealing with me, Egypt, and Rudy, and some other folks. Easy was a totally different situation. Easy carried his money in his sock. Easy would have look like he had an ankle bracelet on sometime. He had so much money in his fucking sock. Paid in cash, everything. And once Jerry realized that he had something that was workable, I felt that he may have taken advantage of them because understand this, Jerry always, this is something I learned from him, I never got sued. If I'm a crook, why nobody ever sued me? Simply because once you sign the contract, nigga, you agree to that shit.
Yeah.
That's the fucking deal.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
go to the judge crying now because you didn't
Nah.
read the goddamn contract. So when I talked to Yella about the situation, he's probably the main one I stay in contact with. You know, he got some money, but nobody got what they deserved. Even Dre didn't get what he deserved because when they first formed NWA, it was supposed to be a partnership. Okay, it was formed in my living room. They got the name, they came up with the name and concept at Arabian Princess Pad, but they started talking about the deal at my house because I kind of had a little input. And Easy wanted to start a record label. He wasn't going to be on the label. He wasn't going to be an artist. He wanted to put the money behind the project. These people forget about this kind of shit. he was going to put just like you saw in the movie, him just wanted to be a label owner. HBO, the guy, Homeboys Only, coming to the pad. That happened at my house for real. And
So them niggas really told Dre that shit was garbage.
they didn't like this shit. They was from New York. Cars didn't hop in New York back then.
Mm-hmm.
So people forget all this shit, man. It was a different time. The shit is not. You can't compare today to 1985, 86, because it's two different worlds. We
Yeah.
still, even NWA, like I said before, they still had to do records like Something to Dance To and Panic Zone, which were produced by Arabian Prince, that if you put some breathing on the shit, it could have been a Wrecking Crew song.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get on the radio, because it hadn't been
It
accepted
hadn't
yet.
transitioned over
It
yet.
hadn't transitioned yet. Good looking. It hadn't transitioned yet to the gangster shit yet. When Easy wanted me to help him, when Easy wanted me to get him to Greg Mack, because Greg Mack was my guy. Greg Mack, and Roger. Me and Greg Mack had a business arrangement. Roger was our competition. Fuck Roger and Uncle Jam's Army, because they was dissing everybody. That was our attitude. Greg was bringing me acts of Dudos, LL Cool J, New Edition, all kind of. Every weekend we had somebody different at Dudos because Greg was hooking the shit up. We was making money. He was playing our records on the radio the whole 9 yards. We had a hell of a thing going on. If he had them on Dudos on Friday, and fucking Sherman Square roller rink on Saturday. We was killing that shit. And then Easy wanted to get in the mix, but he was cussing on the record. So that's when you started getting all the reversals and the beeps and shit. That was the first time it happened.
Records was a big deal back then, dog.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
That was a big deal back then. I even heard motherfuckers saying you can go to jail for that.
Yeah.
That was a big
Dude,
thing back then.
look, the scene in Straight Outta Compton, when I get on Dre's ass, the real story behind that was because at Dudos, I'd hired off-duty cops to be my security. Dudos is right next door to Pyru.
Mm-hmm.
Like that parking lot is across the goddamn driveway. Dudos is at the Pyru. The mecca of all bloods is right there next to
Dudos, Skateland. Them was
Skateland right next door to that.
Yeah.
So in order for me to make that happen, I had to have some security. That was the old man's deal. You got to have security. I recommend off-duty cops. But guess what? I got a first cousin. My mama's sister's brother, my mama's sister's son is on the Compton PD. He ran the security for the SWAT meet. Mm-hmm. Reggie Wright Sr. was one of his boys, the gang detail dude. So I had him, Huey Taylor, all of them doing security for me at Dudos. I'm giving them $125 a night.
You had Reggie Wright Sr. up there?
Reggie Wright Sr.
You know what? Reggie Wright Sr. was an important piece of Compton.
Damn right.
He was one of the first people that really exercised the community policing, where he wasn't just throwing motherfuckers in jail.
Right.
He would talk to motherfuckers.
Right.
He would take your pistol from you now, whatever, know, if you had some shit, but he wasn't just so quick to throw a motherfucker in jail.
So when cats came to Dudos and saw Reggie, oh shit, this motherfucker know me. Everybody in line. Mm-hmm. So we had something at Dudos, me and Greg had something that you couldn't fade. You couldn't fade if you wanted to. And the shit just blew up. And this is how shit started developing. But Jerry Heller didn't understand all the different parts that was making this shit happen. So because I had Greg Mack, me and him still tight to this day. I got Dudos and I got Macola. We got a trifecta. We making our own records. You getting airplay on the radio, and we got a place to perform at. So everybody's coming niggas is taking their chances coming to Dudos to perform. Mm-hmm. So that was my forte. And over everything was providing platform, because if I start doing too much management, I can't do it. I got to stop and do some other shit.
Gangsta Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes. If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Gangsta Chronicles, this is not your average show.